All right, let's add the holes and the cylinder on top. So in the last video I took my snap off, so I'm going to turn that back on. Get into my construction layer and do a line to locate where my hole is. So I'm going to go 35 over because I know that's where the center is, and then go up. All right, so the hole on the right is going to be right at the midpoint of this one. So let's get into the visible layer. And now I need to be on the right side, so I'm going to go down here, the status bar, get my cursors over on the right side, do the ellipse, Isocircle. The center of this is going to be midpoint. And the radius is going to be 10. So that's the radius of the hole that goes through. And now let's add the counterbore and drill over on the left side. So let's get the cursor on the left side. And we'll do the same thing, get into the construction and do a line from mid up, and the circle will be right there in the midpoint. So back to the visible, do ellipse, Isocircle, center point is mid, and radius is 10. So the counterbore is a diameter of 20, so that's the counterbore. And then the drill is going to be then further back, right? Because the counterbore goes 10 deep, so we need to copy that in by 10. So we'll copy this, any base point, and we're going to do relative 10, angle 30. All right, so that's the bottom of the counterbore, so you can see it just a little bit. And then the drill, we'll put the drill hole there to see if we can see the drill. So another ellipse, Isocircle. Isocircle will be the center. And that diameter will be 10, or a radius of 5. So you can see we can just see it, just a little bit. All right, so let's trim off what we don't need. Okay, so that's the counterbore and drill. And now we'll do the cylinder. So back into the construction layer, we'll draw a line from the end of this over, and that's where the center of our cylinder is. So visible line, ellipse. We need to switch to the top, so let's switch to the top. All right, our ellipse is at the midpoint. Oh, did I not get into the Isocircle? Let's do that again. Isocircle, midpoint. All right, so the radius is 15. And then the height of the cylinder is 30, so we need to copy that. So we'll copy that. Base point anywhere. So relative 30, angle 90. And then we just need to do lines to connect them up. So quad to quad. line quad to quad. And then trim off what we don't need. Oh, I trimmed off too much. Undo. And let's do that again. So there we have our object, and we will turn off our construction layer and our grid. And there you go. And that's how you construct circular features. So remember, the key things are that the isocircle is obtained through the ellipse, but you have to have the snap style set to isometric to access that. And it's fairly simple after that. But usually with a feature that has circular features, you start with the linear ones first, and that kind of gives you a reference for all the circular features. All right.